Ladies and gentlemen, the reviewing officer, Lieutenant General Rzinski.
Good morning, aloha. What another beautiful day. Here on historic Palm Circle, I never tire looking out there at the field. Really the history and the legacy and the beauty of what we get to see every day. Today is no different. Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. Great to have the Kreskis here. Jim, Dan's other boss. Actually, the boss he reports to every day. Great to have PACOM representation here today. Bob Guerriere and Ken Wilsbach, our J3. Magnificent to our other flag and general officers, family, friends, and of course, especially soldiers of the 94th Army Air and Missile Defense Command. Thank you all for being here today. First, I'd like to recognize for the last time Brigadier General Jim Dickinson, his wife Angie, and their son Joe. Ladies and gentlemen, this is truly one of the great Army families. I'm thrilled you could all be here today to help us wish them aloha. Please join me in a round of a great applause for the Dickinson family. We'd also like to welcome Brigadier General Dan Karbler. Dan is coming to us from Fort Sill, Oklahoma. This is a little different sight, where he served as the commandant of the U.S. Army Air Defense School. Dan is here with his lovely wife, Leah, their two children, Lauren and Timmy. This fall, Lauren will be entering high school as a freshman, and Timmy will be entering the 5th grade. Also here is, we're very happy to have Dan's father, Tim, and his stepmom, Linda. Thank you all for attending. I know there's worse places to come for a change of command, and it is a hardship. But we welcome the entire Karbler family. Welcome to Hawaii and the USAPAC team. Today's an opportunity to recognize two great leaders, two great Army families. First, I'd like to talk about the outstanding accomplishments of Jim Dickinson during his tenure as commander. You know, the 94th AAMDC is truly a unique and extremely complex organization, and the most jointly integrated theater-enabling command in U.S. Army Pacific. It consists of the 35th Air Defense Artillery Brigade in the Republic of Korea, the 1-1 Air Defense Artillery Battalion in Okinawa, Japan, a radar detachment in Shiriki, Japan, and of course the 5th Battlefield Coordination Detachment right here in Hawaii. This organization truly covers the breadth and width of the Asia Pacific. Jim served simultaneously as the commander of the 94th AAMDC. He's the deputy commander for 13th Air Force in Hawaii and the deputy commander for 7th Air Force in Korea. He's also the senior Army Air Defense Coordinator here for U.S. Army Pacific. And over the last year, he has operated across that spectrum brilliantly. I don't use the term visionary lightly. But if we define a visionary as a leader who can see in depth, think strategically, and lead actions to make his visions a reality, well then Jim Dickinson is a visionary. U.S. Army Pacific continues to transform and integrate into a joint team in support of our boss, the PACOM commander. The air and missile defense requirements of U.S. Pacific Command and all of her service component commands continue to evolve. Coordination with U.S. Strategic Command, Northern Command, and our partners and allies in the Asia Pacific, well, they just continue to grow. Throughout all of this, Jim has visualized the battlefield, and he's developed integrated, tailored solutions from the tactical to the strategic level. He ensures the air and missile defense needs of our country in the region are both vigilant and integrated. His efforts have greatly impacted the mission success of U.S. Pacific Command, U.S. Pacific Fleet, 13th, 5th, and 7th Air Forces, and the quality of life and family readiness of his soldiers here in the 94th Army Air and Missile Defense Command. If you look out on the field today, you see just a representation of the soldiers that encompass the 94th AAMDC. They are not here today because they have a real-world mission every day. From Korea to Japan, to Alaska, to Guam, to Hawaii. They stand watch and they stand guard. They are represented ably by their colors and their non-commissioned officers. But I can tell you, if they were here, they would say the same thing. We do our job proudly, and we defend our nation with honor and respect every day. In this joint environment, it's all about relationships. Jim is a master at building relationships and strengthening the joint and coalition team. His efforts have contributed greatly, enhancing our partnerships with our allies, participating in joint, bilateral, multilateral exercises in Japan, Korea, and Australia. This includes establishing the first combined air and missile defense coordination cell with the Republic of Korea. In short, we have asked a lot of this command, and they have delivered flawlessly. Jim has fostered an internal environment of teamwork the same way he's operated externally. Jim, you've built a strong team and turned potential obstacles into stepping stones. The team you have led is better trained, better developed as professionals, and better postured to support this theater as a result of your leadership. We cannot thank you enough. Miss Angie, thank you for your intrepid dedication to this community. Your support of the Linnapuni Elementary School Sponsorship Program benefits countless numbers of children. Your participation in the Joint Venture Education Program and service as the Vice Chair of the Joint Spouses Club has helped increase the awareness of the needs of military children and families. Janine and I, and all of your friends here on Palm Circle and Fort Shafter, greatly appreciate all you've done for us. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in a round of applause for Miss Angie Dickinson. And I say Miss Angie Dickinson not as the Hollywood star, but she's still a star here at Fort Shafter in this community. And now we welcome the Karblers. Brigadier General Dan Karbler brings a wealth of knowledge, experience, and talent to this organization. He was personally selected, and when I received the call that he would be coming to take command, I knew they were sending the best. Dan has commanded the 3rd Battalion, 43rd Air Defense Artillery Regiment at Fort Bliss, commanded the 35th Air Defense Artillery Brigade at Fort Sill, and most recently served as the Commandant of our Army's Air Defense Artillery School. He has developed his operational experience in Operations Desert Storm, Desert Vigilance, Desert Fox, and Iraqi Freedom. We cannot be more unequivocally confident in his ability to continue the success of this organization. I know he has the right experience, the right personality, and he has the greatest reputation. And I know that he will continue to build this joint team. Now, it's important for everyone to know this next part. Dan is a world-class bowler. He was captain of the West Point bowling team, and he actually won the NCAA East Coast Regionals as a sophomore. And this also runs in the family. Dan's father, Tim, was on the Air Force bowling team in the 1960s. Now, this all seems innocuous enough, but I wanted everyone to know before you got hustled at the bowling alley that the man can throw a pitch. Don't let him get you. Here's another thing. I didn't know this. Dan is musically inclined. He started the Fires Poor Barbershop Quartet at Fort Sill. Sang at a Texas Rangers game. Now, I got to tell you, I hear stuff like that and I really realize how untalented I am. It is amazing. Dan, welcome. Dan's wife, Major Leah Karbler, is a nurse in the Air Force Reserves. She is also a longtime volunteer with our Red Cross and currently served on the board of the Lawton Fort Sill YMCA. I do not know if she bowls. Janine and I are thrilled that both of you are here. The entire Karbler family is here, joining not only the 94th AAMDC, but also USERPAC and this great community and this Palm Circle group. I'd like to close by wishing the Dickinsons the greatest success as Jim goes off to take command of the 32nd Army Air and Missile Defense Command at Fort Bliss, Texas. Jim, your leadership will be missed. However, this is a win for your gaining unit, and from my heart, I say thank you, and I wish you the very best of luck. I know that this command is also in the greatest hands with Dan Karbler here at now as its commander. Thank you all again for being here. Mahalo to all of you for your presence here. I wish you all the best. Army strong, one team.
The outgoing commander, Brigadier General Dickinson.
Good afternoon and aloha to our distinguished guests, fellow soldiers, airmen, friends, family, and most importantly, the soldiers and civilians of the 94th Army Air and Missile Defense Command. A sincere thanks to all of you for taking time out of your busy schedules to attend today's simple yet traditional ceremony. Present in the formation this afternoon are the leaders and colors which represent a command blessed with talent, very talented civilians, soldiers, NCOs, warrant officers, and officers. This command has a rich history of accomplishments and heroes for their collective sacrifice during both garrison and deployed operations. Please join me in a round of applause for the entire Sea Dragon formation.